My name's Jen Deweese. I am the president of the Maryland Center for Construction Education Innovation. I wanted to thank you all for joining us here. We're going to be talking about how you can grow your workforce through student engagement, specifically with our Construction Career Day activity. So before we get started, a little bit about MCCI. So we are a nonprofit founded 15 years ago by members of the construction industry here in Maryland, the education system, and government. And our mission is to inspire, educate, and connect a diverse population to careers in the built environment. We truly believe that access to careers in the built environment will be life-changing for Marylanders. And our envisioned future and the momentum and the reason by everything we do is that we hope that Maryland will be the leader, we already believe it is in many ways, in providing high quality, locally trained workforce for the built environment industry, and that our industry is engaged and committed to developing a workforce that is diverse and abundant. And we have definitely seen that engagement with the creation of our Construction Career Day. So for those of you that aren't aware, we nationwide have a deficit of 650,000 or more skilled trades positions here in the state of Maryland. Can everybody hear me? Okay, cool.
Yes.
I mean, in the United States, 650,000.
You're breaking up a lot. We can hear you, but you're breaking up a lot, Jen.
Okay.
No.
Can you can all hear me? Okay, all right. All right, next slide. But with that, there's a lot of opportunity, and the young people are really starting to notice that. We've heard recent stat that enrollment in trade schools up 18% recently. Additionally, next slide, Gen Z is also being known as the tool belt generation because they want skills-based education. If they are going to college, and we're going to talk about that, they're choosing career paths that include things like accounting and nursing and things that will give them skills towards a career. There are still liberal arts majors out there, but the numbers are going down. And then finally, 38% of current high school students do not go to college. And we all know in college, in fact, most of the people from MCCI have college degrees. And we believe in the value of a college education. But what are we doing as a state to prepare and engage those students who are not going to pursue a four-year degree or don't want to do one immediately after high school? And that's where the skilled trades come in.
Hi, my name is Jasmine. I am the Innovation Program Director here at MCCEI. And to talk a little bit more about what we're doing here, Construction Career Day is one of the events that MCCEI hosts that fosters youth career exploration, giving high schoolers the opportunity to discover career options available to them beyond what they might have considered otherwise. These events allow companies to engage new and diverse talent before they've made concrete decisions for their plans post-graduation. The hands-on activities also give kids an opportunity to learn by doing, further enhancing their experience and excitement beyond the classroom. As many of you know, the Blueprint for Maryland's Future aims to prepare high school students for success in college and the workforce, ensuring that they have the knowledge and skills to complete entry-level college courses and work in high-wage and high-demand industries. CCD, which is what we internally call Construction Career Day, helps ensure that students know about the different registered apprenticeships and industry-recognized credentials that build both academic and practical career skills and meet the Blueprint's goals. So, students, to give you a little bit more detail about Construction Career Day, students will arrive to Construction Career Day on a rolling basis, while exhibitors are expected to be at the event for the full day to host all of the students that arrive. We ask that each industry partner set up and staff a booth offering a hands-on activity that can engage about 10 to 14 students at a time for about 15 to 20 minutes each. Example activities might include flying a drone, mixing mortar and applying it to a mock wall, trying out various hand tools, applying grout, wiring an electronic circuit board, and maneuvering heavy equipment at a distance. We've also had students experience project planning through VR and 3D printed materials. So it really runs the gamut, and students are exposed to a ton of different activities. As a reminder, this isn't meant to be a job fair. The goal is to expose students to career opportunities by engaging in experiential learning, not just grabbing a flyer and moving on. Next slide, I think, maybe. Thank you. CCD gives partners an opportunity to engage one-on-one with students, showcasing the work that you all do to the next generation and inspiring young people to think more holistically about their future plans. Our shared goal is to encourage more students to seek careers in the industry, and we can't do it without your help. Next slide. So CCDs are tried and true. The CCDs that we host in Maryland have been inspired by many others across the US, and MCCEI assists with transportation, ensures that students have PPE, including hard hats, eye protection, as well as high-vis t-shirts. And we do also offer lunch for all attendees. It's really hard to describe the energy at CCD through a webinar. So to help paint a better picture, we wanted to share a short clip from our last CCD in Baltimore, where we did get a little bit of exciting media attention.
I don't hear any sound.
Yeah, the audio isn't working. Sorry, Cosette.
That's okay. It might be because I muted myself. Let's try again. Oops. Technology.
You hear it now? Hey, good morning, everyone. Yeah, you can see all the students here with their hard hats on. They got their closed-toed shoes as well. But we're learning a little bit more even about Alyssa here. This is 17-year-old Alyssa. We're talking a little bit about that you're in your senior year. Here you go, coming out. Interest in electrical engineering here, but what are we looking for when you're coming to this construction career day today?
I'm really looking for just the opportunity to explore different companies, career options, really just something I can do in my future. I mean, I really am not 100% sure what I want to do right now. So I'm hoping I can meet some people, make some contacts, be able to get my foot in the door right out of high school.
Yeah, this is the perfect time to explore. So what does it mean to kind of even be with your peers as well? You were talking about how funny they are behind you here, but I mean, this is the time to kind of get that shot of having that one-on-one experience.
I mean, I know they all are super interested in everything here, but I think having my peers here makes me also a little bit more comfortable. Just I'm around people that I know, like learning new stuff.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much. And now we're with United Rentals here. So can you kind of tell us a little bit more about the displays that we have here? Because you guys brought out the biggest machinery for the students here to kind of take a look at.
We got the big toys to help your job get done. So starting down here, we rent, service, sell, and do training on. You got pickup trucks, skid steers, rollers, boom lifts. As you see, our students are learning how to properly secure a safety harness for aerial work.
We all
And
care about safety here.
Safety is all about it. So we do the training, certification, and this is the part that we really enjoy, is reaching out to the community, getting younger people involved, interested in construction. It's great exposure for us and for them to figure out what they want to do.
My final question is just that. What does it mean to you to interact with them in this kind of way?
It's the next generation that these types of jobs are always going to need a brain and hands, and this is the future.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for chatting with us. We really do appreciate it. All right, a construction career day. I will not be wearing the hard hat, but I really bless everybody else who's going to be doing it, because this is not the job for me. I'm gonna send it right back to you guys.
Awesome. Danielle, you want to share a little bit about the numbers?
Yep. So as you can see in that video alone, which caught not even like a fifth of the actual event, you can see the students across the board, right? So in order to get this done, it takes a lot of manpower. It takes a lot of manpower, and it takes a lot of money as well. So just some like numbers and some like outreach and things that we've been able to accomplish. Over 150 amazing volunteers have really helped. So volunteers from our friends and family to companies that are there for an exhibit, also just bringing a whole team to really make sure the event is running smoothly. to people that are involved in other organizations that we work closely with, but we could not do it without those volunteers. We have had over 50 Maryland firms and exhibitors bring hands-on activities to the students. Like Jasmine kind of mentioned, that experiential learning is so important because it gives the students some kind of sense and meaning to the work, right? They're seeing the value right then and there and not just kind of grabbing a piece of paper and moving on. So far, we've reached about 1,200 students in the Baltimore, Washington area with our 2 newest CCDs coming up. We're looking to basically double and more than that, the number. So between Bowie and Frederick, we're looking at another 1,200, 1,500 students this spring alone, adding to that number. So as you can tell, we're really growing because it is so important. We're seeing that over 60% of students who have never even thought about a construction career are learning about something that they've never experienced or just maybe didn't see themselves doing it. And then they come to our construction career day and they see someone that they might notice something about themselves or hear something that really resonates with them that they might not have experienced otherwise. So we are seeing that, you know, students are really, really interested and we're trying to kind of build that workforce. I had a really hard time creating this slide because going through our feedback forms from the last 3 CCDs that we've done, we have so much great feedback. So just to kind of share a few, you know, we have stations, lots of hands-on activities. Things were really fun and educational. A lot of people found the exhibitors and the volunteers and people working the event really friendly and easy to approach. Some of the industry pros say their soul was reignited by just working with students and being able to show and share their interest in that skilled trades. Students walk around laughing and smiling. I mean, the energy and the vibe is so infectious because everyone is having fun. It's a great day for kids to get out of the classroom and to be able to walk around and use their hands. And it's so unique, especially in this like post-pandemic education as we're kind of getting back to field trips and experiences. It's just a very powerful for really all of the stakeholders involved. I know that we do have a couple people in our info session right now that have been involved in CCD, whether from an educator's perspective or even an exhibitor. Would anyone like to just kind of share their perspective and how CCD has helped you or your experience with it overall?
Hey, this is Andy from United Rentals.
Hi, Andy.
Hi. So yeah, we've had a lot of fun in everything from setting up to it to the exhibiting itself. I mean, it's a great experience to watch the kids come through and kind of give them exposure to different facets of it. I mean, it's all summed up really well in your career path, but to bring that to life, you know, to making construction cool for younger people, you know, that they understand that there's a profitable living to be made out of it. That's really great. I mean, there's just so many aspects to it, and everybody understands the concept of that, but when they actually see it in front of them and understand that there are mentors out there, there are companies willing to hire them when they come through. That really helps bring it to life, and I think that that's an essential part of it. And all the resources that your team offers with MCCEI, the outreach that you're doing, we don't have that second or third generation in construction like we used to, especially in Baltimore. I mean, you know, I'm getting old, and it was my grandparents' time when it was, you know, everybody was at Beth Steel, you know, so it was, we just don't have that environment anymore. So we're introducing it to new generations of people, and what your team is doing and what, you know, your partners, we all are just part of it and bringing that to the future. So thank you for that, for the opportunity to work with you. And, you know, we're going to keep on growing.
Yeah, and you know, you mentioned something that I didn't even say, but we do even pass on the information of the companies that are open to hiring high school apprenticeships. So, you know, a student could leave there with an apprenticeship opportunity kind of in their pocket. And so it is really cool to see that in real time.
We've got some feedback in the chat as well. Chelsea from KCI says that she's in a call, so can't speak right now, but participated last time and loved it. There are a lot of young women looking for construction opportunities. It's a great chance to engage and connect. So that's something we do with this as well that we didn't mention, is we try to target students who maybe have not heard of these career pathways, or maybe their school doesn't have the CTE program that they're interested in, or maybe we'll catch them before they apply for that, as well as non-traditional people who you maybe wouldn't think of construction. So young women being one of those populations that we try to target as well. Anybody else here want to share their experience attending CCD in the past? Awesome. Well, I am going to talk a little bit about how you can attend in the future. And so we have a lot of logistics that we plan in the background to make this a seamless day for both the students as well as the exhibitors. And I am here to help answer any and all questions that have to do with that. So the when and where, we are tentatively going to be in Frederick on April 3rd. We're still working out some of those details, and we'll be pushing out that invitation as soon as we officially confirm that date and location at the Frederick Fairgrounds. And that will be our first time up in the Frederick area. So very excited to expand. We'll be back at the formerly known as Bowie Bay Sox Stadium. They are renamed to the Chesapeake Bay Sox. So this is the same location that we were at last April. We'll be there again on April 25th. That is confirmed. And again, in Ravens Stadium in Baltimore, tentatively planned for September 17th. So mark your calendars, get ready now. Just be prepared for a lot of really good fun times, a lot of engagement with students at these locations. You do not have to, as an exhibitor, only choose like one to go to. You can go to any of them. I know we have some educators on the call. For educators, you do only get invited to one per year, just so that we can hit more students. So for exhibitors and volunteers, you heard Danielle share some feedback from both of those roles. There are two different ways that you as an industry professional can get involved in Construction Career Day for the day of the event. One would be as an exhibitor, which is what Jasmine was talking about, with having a hands-on activity at your booth. You can bring branded swag to give away. You can bring in heavy equipment like Andy did with United Rentals. You can bring in a drone to have the students fly. Anything like that at all whatsoever, and you host your booth. You bring a tent. You can again blast your logo. You can put it on your own social media. It's a really wonderful opportunity to advertise your company's engagement with the future workforce. Another opportunity to attend and participate in CCD is as a volunteer, or you may hear us say student guide volunteer. So this would be for just an individual person, or perhaps somebody who let's say your company is having a booth and you have enough people to run the activity, and you have a couple extra people who want to come, your marketing folks, for example. In a former life, that was me and marketing folks for the construction industry. I came as a volunteer, even though my company did have a booth, where I walked around and helped guide the students. So that looks like basically we give you your schedule and you make sure that the students are in the place that they're supposed to be at the time they're supposed to be, and that everybody is adhering to the safety guidelines for the day. And it's really fun. It's a way to interact with a larger amount of students, I think, at one time. And we've had some really good success with that. Is anybody who's here? I believe we have a couple people who signed up for today who have participated as a volunteer as well. So if anybody has feedback on that, give a moment. It's really fun. All right. This QR code here, we can also send this out in an email afterwards. But if you're jazzed up, you're ready to go, you can scan it now. And this will take you to a link that has a place to sign up for Bowie, Frederick, and then you can choose either of those if you want to have a booth with your company to host an activity, or if you want to attend as an individual student guide volunteer. For educators, like I said, you would register for your space at the field trip that is nearest to your school's location. And you would then begin the approval process with your school. We have a field trip permission slip that Danielle sends out as our education director. And then the next step is secure your bus. So we, as part of this event, provide transportation to the best of our ability. We can't cover everything 100%, so we will reimburse or pay directly up to $700 per school, which for most schools does cover the bus fully, if not almost fully. So we do our best, but we want to make sure we can get more students there. So buses are expensive these days. And then we'll send around more details, such as, you have a specific arrival time, because the arrivals are on a rolling basis, so that we can have just a good spread of numbers of students going and flowing throughout the activities over the course of the day. It also helps with our volunteer workload as well. So that way we don't have like one volunteer who's in charge of, 60 students and one who has 10. So these are QR codes for the educator, for the schools sign up to bring your students on a field trip. And Danielle is also putting the links in the chat. And I wanted to talk about, since the whole purpose of this this Construction Career Day event is this youth engagement that we talked about up top. We have all these problems that Jen presented, all these numbers and statistics, and then we have proven experience that engaging one-on-one, hands-on with these middle and high school students is a direct way to help solve our workforce shortage issues and to help get them with those high wage, high fulfilling jobs and careers. And everybody's happy, everybody wins. So we do more than just Construction Career Day. And we have a couple other opportunities coming up. The first one is Building Connections. This is a perfect event for everybody who's in this Zoom room right now. It is an event where we are connecting industry professionals with educators, and we will be hearing from a panel of apprentices on and apprenticeship providers and people who work in that space on the benefit and how to support students throughout their whole process from high school and beyond. And there's a link to that as well in the chat. You can also sign up to be an MCCEI ambassador. I believe we have a few of you in this room as well. So this is our master contact list of industry professionals who have agreed to opportunities that they can go to classrooms and speak to students in a class. They can be on these panel discussions. They can maybe host a field trip at their training site or at their office or job site or anything like that. Any of those connections that we can make for educators and industry, we would do that through the ambassador program. As well as the ACE Mentor program, I am the affiliate director for the Baltimore area ACE Mentor program. We are actively seeking mentors. This is another in the school, in the classroom opportunity where you get to one-on-one mentor the next generation of architecture, construction, and engineering professionals. It's extremely rewarding, and it is honestly like a low effort, high reward volunteer opportunity, as well as Camp NAWIC. Danielle, do you want to talk just like a little bit more about Camp NAWIC as the upcoming camp director?
Yeah, I would love to talk about Camp NAWIC. Camp NAWIC is a wonderful experience. It is a full-on immersive week-long camp for about 20 to 25 girls in the Baltimore area. So it is targeted towards women. It is Camp NAWIC. So for anyone who doesn't know what NAWIC stands for, that is the National Association of Women in Construction. So obviously one of their goals is to increase women in construction. So Camp NAWIC, the campers are dropped off in the morning. They get breakfast and get kind of suited up for the day. Each day is a different experience. So one day they might go to the electricians union. One day they go to BG&E. They learn how to use power tools and different things like that. So Camp Nawick is free to those students who attend. They're also provided lunch. So basically throw them on a bus and go have a wonderful experience. And then kind of at the end of the week, we're hoping to have like a culminating kind of presentation where they kind of share out something powerful that they connected with that week.
Thank you.
But
And
yeah, we'll
so
open up our for that. So keep an eye out.
yes, yes. So all of these different events are just a different level of interaction with these students to achieve this youth engagement goal. So again, Construction Career Day is a one-day event where you will be able to engage up 1,000 students at a time. The ACE Mentor program is a weekly from January through May, where you may be working with 10 students at a time, but it's a lot more time commitment with them. Camp Nawick, 1 week, a little bit more one-on-one time with them as well. And Ambassador is kind of as needed throughout the year. And we need any and all support in these, Construction Career Day being the heaviest lift and the also most directly measurable impact that we do as far as the next day. We have all these statistics and all of these answers about how this is actually helpful. So we are calling on all of you to go back to your companies and talk about how this youth engagement area is the way to grow your talent pipeline. We are here to do that. We are here to connect education, industry, and students, and just make the entire industry and the state of Maryland a better place. So just closing out, here's some contact information. If you're looking for education related information, that you can go to Danielle for that. Industry pros, you want to sponsor one of these events, you want to be a Construction Career Day sponsor, Jasmine can help you with that. And any sort of more general outreach or questions, anything logistical or ACE Mentor program, you can reach out to me. I'm Cosette. So any other questions? Wonderful. Can't wait to see everybody at Construction Career Day. Really looking forward to it. We're here. I'll leave this slide up as people are leaving. So if you need to write down our email addresses. And again, we can send some follow-up after this for all of that information.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.